Good day, collective. What if the only thing holding you back is you? What if your power is waiting for you to break free? I would say that most people, when it comes to growing, it isn't that they can't grow, it's that they refuse to push back their own self imposed limitations, their own fears, and they keep themselves small when we can be so big. Today's word is true power begins when you conquer your own limitations. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the Mother. For real, y'all. Like, seriously. I'm sorry, I see my suit jacket's messed up. This message runs real deep. It's crazy. I've said it so many times. Like, the greatest prison is the one that you can't see. The greatest prison is the one that you keep, going. The one that, you put your own cages on yourself. That's the greatest trickery and deception of all time. To convince people that they can't have what they want, that they have no power, that they don't have the capacity, that they don't have the ability, that they don't have the vision, that they don't have the courage, that they don't have the determination, that they don't have what it takes to be who they choose to be. Because you see, your mind creates reality. Change your mind. Change your life. Rewrite the person that you can just write out the person that you used to be and start writing something new. But you got to see it. You got to see clearly. You got to get all that gunk up off of you. If you have any kind of negative people or influences or habits or addictions, you got to get all of that gunk up off of you so you can see clearly, so that you can hear clearly, so that you can move aggressively toward whatever it is you intend and desire. Those limiting beliefs are the invisible chains. They are your invisible prison, y'all. And it's so crazy when you actually start breaking it down, and when you actually start breaking the chains that have been tying you back or holding you down. You didn't even know that they were there. But you can feel the resistance when you really start breaking them, y'all, like, for real. And it's like, the more you break, the more you realize that the only thing that was holding you back was you, and like, this world always is putting us in opposition to each other. I don't know if y'all see that, but it's always that we're in opposition to each other when the greatest battle is actually in us. And I'm not saying that there are not external forces right now that are trying to manipulate and trying to, do these horrible things to us. But they have been very effective because they have convinced us that we have no power. And even worse than that, they've put all this programming in our minds, regarding what our limits are. So what are these limits, these invisible chains? The first, but definitely not the least, is the limit of fear. Asking yourself, well, what if I fail? What if I'm not ready? What will people think? The best thing that you can do with that fear is to push through it. Failure is a part of growth. Remember, for every setback is the comeback. Failure is part of the experience, y'all. You have to take a risk in order to grow, in order to become better, in order to learn new information so that you can keep leveling up. And there's a limit of self-doubt. This kills dreams before they even start, y'all. Because if you don't feel that you're good enough and you feel that you're not worthy or not valuable enough, to move forward, like, you're gonna kill everything because you're not gonna feel like you have the capacity to do it, or that you even deserve whatever benefits that you could reap from whatever you are setting out to intend. You have to start saying to yourself, I am trustworthy, I am valuable, I am worthy of whatever I intend and desire. There's the limit of conditioning, of self-conditioning. Y'all, I get so triggered when I hear people say, well, this is just the way it always is, or this is the way it's always been done. Because all it's doing is trapping you inside of a cycle that probably didn't really work too well for your ancestors. So you end up just playing out generational curses and drama, and you pretty much end up living a life of an ancestor, and all the pain and struggle they went through. And then you're going to pass it on to your kids versus challenging those trauma and those curses and trying to grow, trying to heal from those things. And like, you have to say to yourself, I am overcoming old programming that's outdated. I am here to be the best version of myself that only my ancestors could dream about. You hear me? And there's the limit of waiting, y'all. I'm guilty of this. If you wait forever and say, well, I'm not ready enough now, I can't do this, I need to make more money, and before I can have fun, before I can do what I dream to do, you're going to be waiting forever. You're going to be stuck right there. 10 years, you're going to be waiting still. True success is about movement. You hear me? Not getting to the destination, but the movement toward it. You got to start. And if you don't, you'll never get any traction. So move beyond. And last but not least, the limit of external validation. Well, what does my mom think? What does my boss think? What do my friends think? What does my man think? What do my kids think? What's my dog think? You got to move beyond that limit, especially if you are of this new world, because guess what? Most people won't understand what you want to create or what you want to do, so they're not going to prove it. If you're going to wait around for that external validation, you might not ever get it. And you're going to keep yourself real small in that box versus being real big, how God sees you in all your glory. So you have to say, I stand in the sovereignty that God has bestowed me as a chosen one of his light, of his like and image, that I stand in my sovereignty and I stand in my truth, and I am grounded in the vision that I have for myself, and that I will stand on that principle. You have to really, really, really believe in yourself, y'all. I hope this is helpful. This is relevant. Are you going to allow your limits to keep controlling you, or are you going to decide to rewrite your story? All praise to the Most High God. Love to the mother.